Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me here on AMP today. Today is day 16 of my flexibility challenge. So I wanted to come out here and just tell you a few things about the stretches that I've been doing for the past 15 days so far. This is halfway through my 30-day challenge to reach my splits. I'm getting really close every day and I'm really excited. So these first stretches I'm doing, I've already talked about, and I usually do these in each video I do because they're some pretty important stretches to start with, just to start opening up your muscles to knowing that this is what we're going to do right now. So they're just beginning stretches. They kind of stretch out your back a little bit. The biggest issue that I've had with them, sadly, is that my back has just not been stretching the way it should. I need to be doing some more back stretches so that I can fully get into some of these stretches too. It's really about stretching your whole body. Your whole body being flexible is going to help you make other parts of your body flexible that may already be that way, but if you're stretching and parts of your body aren't able to stretch all the way into those positions, it doesn't help you get into those other positions. So you should be trying to stretch your whole body. Mostly on my videos, I just show you my leg stretches, but I do exercise as well as do a little bit of stretching before I actually start doing these stretches too, which usually I'll take a jog or run or maybe even a dance class beforehand, just so that I have, my body ready for stretches. It's not good to stretch your body cold. You should always have some sort of warm-up before you start stretching, because with your legs being cold, that equals more tears instead of, growth in stretch. When you stretch cold, you're going to tear more parts of your body than you really want to do. Stretching is a bit of tearing in general. That's why it burns, but it burns in a good way because it's stretching and elongating instead of stretching and tearing in half. See what I'm saying? So here I'm just kind of doing a downward dog to just kind of stretch out the back of my hamstrings as well as my calf muscles. Getting my hip flexors open. I like to do butterflies to help my hip flexors stay open as well. If you're enjoying the music, it's called Uno Dos, produced by 3Sex. If you're wanting to hear more, I'll leave the link down below in my description box. Thanks for listening. So doing this stretch in general is supposed to help you open up your hip flexors, and this kind of shows you where your splits are on top of that. If you can pull your leg down all the way by your head, then you practically should have your splits on the ground. If your leg is that flexible, then it shows that you do have the flexibility to get into your splits. This exercise is supposed to help stretch those muscles on the back of your leg, as well as open up your hip flexors to being able to get into those types of positions. So if you're in that type of position already, then you definitely should be able to get into some sort of a split. Even if it's not a full split, you're real close to the ground at that point. Now with my lunges, you've seen my lunges every single video that I've done, and the lunge is a very important stretch to do before you start doing your splits. In this position that I'm in, this is the most advanced position that you can go into in a lunge. If you want to just do your lunge and you keep your knee on the ground, that is totally acceptable. that is a beginner's stretch, just like how I start here, going all the way to the ground there with my arms. That is very advanced. You don't have to go that far down. You can stay with your body upright instead of having to go all the way down. That's just going to stretch your hip flexor as well as that front leg muscle as well. Now putting your foot up in the back, that's kind of intermediate. When you put that foot up, that just adds an extra stretch to your calf muscle in the back there. So in this point of my stretch, I stretch forward, but I'm also trying to push my leg back into an actual split by the end of the stretch. I want to be able to push my leg into a split and then grab my foot, my back foot, in an angled upright motion so that I'm actually stretching my back hamstring. Now my split is not completely flat in that particular position, so I cannot pull my foot up that way, but soon, hopefully after my 30 days, I will be able to get that position fully so that I can do that split that way. So I just wanted to take a second to point out something inspiring I've seen through the week. I have a friend of mine who is also on a weight loss journey. He made this picture of himself and he says, "On this journey of weight loss, I drew out how I want my body to look. Maybe I'm dreaming too big. I live in a fantasy world in my head. I want to mold my body and health into this shape. I illustrated this of myself." And that was very inspiring because he has a dream. It's not unachievable. It's definitely out there, and that inspiration has pushed me to continue and do the things that I know I love and want to shape my own body into as well. So thank you so much for the inspiration. Go check him out on Facebook at Kevin Lefrey Malone. He's an awesome artist. He has a lot of other art that he has on his page as well. And watch him through his weight loss journey. I've been watching him for the past 2 years, and he really has lost a lot of weight and done some amazing things. So make sure you go check him out.